Hello.
Hi.
I'll try to do it today. I got in touch with you because I had an email from the police.
Yeah.
And it seems a sort of similar thing that we talked about before. When I last saw you here, which was a couple of months ago, you'd been putting graffiti around the place in chalk, but also
in chalk.
Other forms of graffiti as well prior to that, I think.
Prior to that, not.
You said that the police had spoken to you about it and you'd stopped doing that.
I stopped doing it as far as in pen was concerned. I did it in chalk because chalk can be rubbed off easily with tissue or water.
Yeah. The latest contact from the police was about an email you sent to them. I think it was around the 5th of May, where you described the threats that you were experiencing.
Yeah.
In quite a lot of detail. Within that, there was a sort of implied threat to stab your neighbour.
It might be misinterpreted.
Well, it might be, but it's possible to interpret it in that way. I'll just get it actually, because I did take a copy of something.
There is stuff I've been putting on. Well, when I've gone on Facebook now and again, usually when I've had a drink, I put stuff. I go a bit extreme sometimes. I don't really like put on there like.
It is extreme, I'm afraid. This is a sort of thing. I'll copy this over from the email. So that he effing breaks in, I will find the knife the sex slaughtered bastard.
Yeah. That was done when I was a bit tipsy.
But it is quite offensive, and it's also not very wise to send that to the police.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they probably will be talking to you about it, I imagine.
They already have.
Oh, have they?
I saw them this morning actually.
Did you?
I reported an incident of someone shouting their head off to knife me, saying that I was a child molester, saying that I was causing trouble in North Peverton, which is a place I used to live before I moved to West Street. I was at West Street for 10 years, but before that I was at North Peverton.
So who saw you this morning?
I can't remember the name of the police officer, but it's one of them.
Not Adrian Jones, he's one of the community
No, not
officers.
Adrian.
Do you know him?
I think I've seen him before, yeah.
So what happened this morning?
Nothing, he just took a few details of last night's incident, basically.
With you as a victim?
Yeah, me as a
He
victim.
didn't see you in connection
No,
with
not
this?
connection.
No. The other sort of vaguely violent thought was finally, current's all set up and someone attempts to knife me. I suppose to get a knife out myself, then no problems. It was all written in one long email when you were drunk, or tipsy. So, there was also a video posted on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
of the seagull.
Yeah, what I did there is I got annoyed because obviously I'm 34 now, not been able to get a girlfriend or partner in my whole life, and I got a bit annoyed. So I decided to get some weed killer, tip it out, wash the bottle out, put water in there, and fake a video of me feeding seagulls weed killer on bread. I didn't actually put the weed killer on the bread.
And you know that various people have responded to that, members of the public.
Yeah, the police did tell me that.
When did they tell you that?
About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, what did they say to you?
He said it's got to stop, even if you fake it. If you're caught carrying a bottle of weed killer with bread, you can go to jail.
Yes. Have you done it since?
No.
No. I mean, I think a lot of the time you do this sort of thing because you're actually unwell, Justin, with paranoia. You know, a lot of you hear the seagulls giving you messages and members of the public making comments about your sex life and things you've done in the past and interpret them as threatening. But I think you know, some of this is the fact that you've got a psychotic illness and you don't take the olanzapine for it.
No,
I think the other element, to be fair, is probably because of your paranoia, you provoke a bit of a response in other people.
Well, a lot.
You're at risk then, you know, of someone doing something to you. You're putting yourself at risk of being seriously assaulted by people sort of mounting some sort of vigilante action. So if you write on the, you know, put things on the internet about, you know, knifing people and about never having sex, or about this person Stephanie Hill and molestation, people will look at it and think you're strange and they might come and attack you. And you know.
What's happened is at my old place when I was living in Bridgewater in 2008, a new threat broke out at the Palace nightclub where, because then Stephanie Hill is a disabled lady, they decided to take the piss out of me and make threats saying that I raped that particular lady. I don't know why they chose that particular lady. Then later on, the name changed to someone called Jennifer. Stephanie Hill, I don't actually know. She started Elmwood School a few weeks before I left Elmwood School to go to Avalon School in Street, which was in 1994 to 97, 98 area. But I didn't get any trouble at all at Avalon School, and I had to leave Elmwood School because I was getting basically the same trouble as I did get today.
But people are referring to Stephanie Hill here, aren't they? Because you've written that on your on this email that you know there are. I think you talk about was it a particular vehicle that's Mill.
Yeah, that's the main.
It's because Mill and Hill, is it? Mill van, Mill plural to Hill.
Yeah.
When I never had sex with Stephanie Hill.
Yeah.
What's Mill van?
When I go
vehicle,
out,
is it?
when I go out,
yeah,
it seems to be 24/7. It's been going on since 1997, but
yeah.
vehicle names seem to be coming out to plural messages.
What is Mill van? What does it mean?
I don't know what company it is, but
what do you see though? What is it? What sort of vehicle is it?
What comes out like this? It's plural meanings to what it's coming out as messages. Like, for example, a night van. You get a night van followed by the van, little Angus. Like, for example, it's like saying knifed a little bastard. If you were to work it, if you were to interpret it as a message, but it's being done in a rather as if it's being forced for you to understand. You know, like it's being.
It's very alarming for you to see all these things.
It's been going on.
But you should take your olanzapine, Justin, because you're seeing these messages everywhere because you're paranoid. And if you took your olanzapine, a lot of it would go away and you'd feel a lot more content.
I have tried it in the past, but it doesn't. It seems to have the reversal effect and makes me more irritable.
Well, I think we've reached the stage now where you know, I spoke to you about this a couple of months ago, and I said you ought to stop it. You said that you would, and you haven't.
The problem is if I get a girlfriend and I'll put a stop to it, but because I haven't had no girlfriend in my life, and the fact that it's being done on sexual grounds is not good. It means that I'm not over happy about it.
No, I know, but let's just have a look at the graffiti, because there was a picture the police sent me of graffiti. I'll just find out when you actually did this. There it is. So here's a piece of paper here. I see with your writing on it. Do you want to bring your? It's come up the police have taken a photograph of this. You said. Is it one of the things in the bottle, or is that something?
That was on the wall. I did.
On the wall.
I've actually already been in trouble for that particular one.
When did you do that?
December 2015.
Yeah, so that
when I was getting the threats really
dates from
bad.
some time ago. Yeah. And this one here? So that's what's in chalk, is it?
That was also done in December 2015.
Okay. So before the police spoke to you.
Within the last few days when I've gone under there, I went to eat a portion of chips. Someone had written Stephanie Hill and then rapist next to my name.
Well, why do you think they would have done that?
I don't know.
Probably because you put things on Facebook on this address referring to Stephanie Hill. So you're making
I hadn't actually mentioned hardly anything about that lady on Facebook for a very long time on the internet, and that just occurred.
Well, there was quite a lot of reference to us in the information you sent to the police recently.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're making yourself a target, you say. There's another one, that's chalk.
That's this year, but it's only in chalk. The rain would have wiped that off.
When was it?
About May.
So that's actually since I spoke to you. You said you were going to stop doing this.
I
saw you in March.
The reason I did that is because I'm struggling to find a sex partner in my life, because 34 and I have nothing at all. My enemies have stopped me getting anything in the past, and now I can't find it.
May, is it? This is similar stuff here. And again, this is a recent one, is it?
Yeah, that's...
Same one maybe, is it?
Yeah.
That's all recent. Look, the police are going to take this seriously.
Yeah.
They may well arrest you and charge you with an offence. And that would be a shame, because I think part of the reason you're doing this is that you're not well, Justin.
What, so they're arresting me, are they?
I've no idea. I mean, they're sending information to me, wanting to meet me, and previously I'd said to them that...
The reason I did that particular one was because I've been on dating sites, made payment on dating sites, and I've been violated, and they closed the dating sites down on me for no reason at all when I made a payment on several. So, with no possible way of getting a girlfriend, that is why I did the chalk on the beach.
But other people don't do this. You don't see any other chalk messages from single men in Birmingham all over the place in this sort of way. It's not normal behaviour.
Okay.
Have you seen anyone else doing that? Putting their name next to it so they can be identified by anybody?
I have, but not in the last 10 years. No. I've seen it on the back of toilet doors in public.
Oh yeah, that's
and
true.
all that.
Yeah. People sometimes do that, but not in the in a place where all members of the public can see it.
All right.
You have a lot of sort of blokes who'll see that when they're walking with their children, who won't be very pleasant, who will think, right, I'm going to find Justin Langford and with my friends and make sure he doesn't write these things in Burnham. You're really putting yourself at serious risk.
Okay.
The worry I've got is I don't think you can stop because you're unwell, because I spoke to you about this in March.
Well, I'll stop it and see how I get on.
Have you cut down on your alcohol?
No. Well, yeah, on and off. It's sort of on and off at the moment.
You were drinking a bit when you wrote that.
Yeah.
It was this email, wasn't it? This is the thing on the this one here that you wrote to her.
Oh yeah.
It's quite about Stephanie Hill and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and seagulls that you were hearing seagulls talk, speaking to you. Yeah. And then this was the
yeah, that's the one I faked.
yeah. Well, when I saw you before, I said, why don't you come into Ryden Ward and start some medication? so that you can, get on the right track and stop doing this and stop drinking.
What's that mean exactly?
Well, come into the psychiatric ward and get back on some.
No, I wouldn't like that at all.
Well, I know you wouldn't, but it's better than being, in trouble with the police or being the victim of.
I'll just put a stop to that then.
You might feel a lot better if you stop drinking and got on the right tablets.
All right.
And if you come into hospital, we could sort that out for you.
Well, I haven't actually. I'd prefer not to do that.
Well, I know.
Because
You said that last time.
When I was in hospital before, I was lower than.
You said that to me last time, but you also said you would stop doing this sort of thing, and you haven't.
All right. Well, I'll stop it this time.
Okay. So here's the thing, all right? I've advised you to come into hospital, you've declined.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you continue to do this,
yeah,
it is reasonable for the police to press charges, or I may need to admit you compulsorily under the Mental Health Act. You must stop doing it. Are you willing to take some olanzapine?
Yeah.
Have you got any?
Yeah.
Do you want a prescription from me for some more?
Yeah.
So I'll sort that out for you, Justin. How much do you usually take? 10 milligrams, is it? 10 milligrams?
Yeah.
I think it is, isn't it? So I'll just check actually what we've had before. Have you got any family around here now?
No.
No. Did you throw away the prescription I gave you last time?
No. I got them, I just didn't take them all.
Yeah. And have they run out?
No.
No. Okay. Have you got any allergies to anything?
No.
No. So how many olanzapine tablets have you got left?
About 5.
Okay. Yeah. What problem did they cause when you took the olanzapine this time?
Just made me irritable, made me a bit suppressed, irritable.
Do you want to try something else?
No, I'll stick on the same ones.
This is a month's supply.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens?
Can I see you in a few weeks' time to check that you're taking it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you also try and reduce your alcohol consumption?
Yeah.
Okay. What happens, did you say?
What do you mean?
Did you just say what happens next?
Yeah, what's happening with the police and...
Well, I imagine if you take your olanzapine and stop doing these things, then they will be satisfied. They've asked to meet me for a sort of get-together, so I imagine they just want you to stop making yourself a target. I think they're worried about you. You keep doing these things, they think someone's going to retaliate. And also, obviously, because they're the police, members of the public keep saying to them, look at this stuff, what are you doing about it? So they're sort of under a bit of pressure to do something to stop you doing it, and that's why they've asked to speak to me. You see.
Okay.
You must take your olanzapine tablet. Don't drink alcohol. and come back and see me. I'll give you an appointment now, and then obviously I can meet the police and find out whether from them whether there will be any further incidents after today.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't improve, I'll have to consider whether you need to come into hospital compulsorily, and the police will need to consider whether to interview you under caution for any offence. You know.
Yeah.
So we're holding back. You know, we want you to give you the opportunity to do your to stop doing these things. But I went through that with you already once a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Have you been aggressive with anyone actually yourself recently? Lost your temper or shouted at anyone?
No, I don't think so.
No. Are you carrying anything to protect yourself again, like a knife or anything
No,
like that?
I can't afford to do that.
And at home, have you got anything there to keep yourself safe should anyone break in? Sometimes people will keep something in.
Well, I don't.
You know,
Don't usually. I don't actually know. If anything happens, I'll just find something anyway. But it shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't happen. You're right. So you've not got any violent intentions towards any particular person?
No.
No. Okay. So the seagulls are still, making reference to you and talking about you.
Not really, not as such.
What do you hear them say things? Do you?
It comes, sometimes they come not like talking, but comes out symbolic wording, as in sentences of negative stuff. But
how do you perceive it if it's not like talking? It's like through your ears, like a noise, or like speech?
Hard to explain, really. But it doesn't really happen that often. It's more frequent where I was living before. But since I moved, it doesn't seem to be as frequent.
Because the emails the police were suggesting you were under. It was worse. You said it was more.
Back when I was living at my old place, I wasn't recording.
This thing you sent recently. You said it was more. Much heavier and much more malicious and more tightly packed than when I was living in Bridgewater.
That's the setups when I go out, coming out and like timing people to sneeze in my face, timing cars to hit, crash into me or collide.
That's got worse.
That particular action's got worse.
Mm-hmm.
As far as threats are concerned, I wouldn't say it's not as bad as my old place, but there's been bad times recently.
Yeah. So these are all the sort of timed vehicles and colours and that sort of thing. So.
Well, yeah.
So look at what I thought was hearing seagulls talking to you. I thought this was sort of hallucinations, but maybe not. Seagulls shagging, so nobody left.
It's done in a sequence where I do it like that, because when I go out, that's when I went out. That's not indoors. And sometimes I've stated stuff on there which means similar but don't mean the same as what I'm putting on there. I'm just putting it that way because I'm in the mood.
It's when seagulls say nobody left. You don't hear them saying that.
It does. It's like in sound like this, like that, done in sort of symbolic, but in a.
Yeah. What's a bow whistles?
Bow whistles like this.
What does that mean?
There's a name that I give for a particular whistle when people do a whistle.
Right, so you hear that, yeah. Someone says in Piss Take Way, they're stabbing you. So you heard.
So that when I say Piss Take Way, it's like this. Just, I'm going to stab you with a knife. Done like in a not an aggressive way, but shouted.
You hear that when you're out or when you're in your flat?
It can vary, but it's not usually. It varies. It's usually on a weekend when I get this sort of trouble. It's not usually in the week. But there have been.
But is it when you're in your own flat or when you're out? Good people passing by you.
Usually when I'm out.
When you're out. Does it happen when you're at home on your own that you might hear comments like that? when there's no one around.
But there have been days where there's been no threats at all. I mean, when I first moved there, the first 6 months I moved there, there was no trouble at all.
Do you sometimes hear it though when you're on your own?
Hard to say really, I don't know.
Not sure. More common when you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When I'm on my own, or if there's nobody about, like if I walk on the beach, it's very rare I do that, but so for example, I go on the beach, usually 3 hours in the trouble.
Holidaymaker says he's a pervert molested Stephanie, so that was something you heard.
That's something that was said on the beach the other week.
So that is someone talking about Stephanie still.
Yeah.
Seagulls shredding, say N repeated.
There's another sound that come out
in a seagull call. Yeah. So that's another seagull call that you thought. So you heard that word in the call. Yeah. What's that cell call?
It's another name for a phone. It's just called cell call. If I'm in a really, really bad mood, I just state anything.
Yeah. Is there something you heard someone say, looking at 20 your words, it says say.
Stop looking at 28-year-old girls, you sicko, is what it said.
What's this biddle?
That's a spelling mistake.
Oh, what should that say?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Alright. Can I see you again in a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Check you're taking olanzapine consistently. Can you try to not drink alcohol? How frequently are you drinking special brew or alcohol now?
It's usually every night.
Can you stop it? Or reduce it?
Yeah.
I'll see you again in a couple of weeks and we'll just make sure that there have been no other incidents.
Okay.
I'll give you an appointment now, Justin, to come back.
Right.
Yeah? I'll phone up and sort that out. Hello, Karen, it's Chris here. Do you mind looking in my diary to find an appointment for 2 weeks, please?
Could you make it a bit longer than 2 weeks to give me a sort of more sort of time, say about 6 weeks?
3.
Um,
Maybe the week after that, I think. Yeah. 9th of June. Is that Thursday afternoon? Great. Thank Justin Langford. Great. Thank you. Thanks. Bye. It's 3 weeks. Yeah. 6 weeks is a bit too long because for a start you've only got 4 weeks of olanzapine prescribed.
the reason I say that is because around that sort of time, I've got to sort out a passport that I applied for, and I keep changing the dates, and I don't know.
You're not sure whether you can make the appointment?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I've got quite a bit of availability, so if you want to change it, you can.
Right, but that's that. So I can change that if need be.
Yes, but not for 6 weeks. Change it to the next day or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've got something on at that particular time, you can move it to the next day or later.
No, it's just that I was thinking that maybe you'd need more sort of time than say 3 weeks just to see how things go.
and they see you again after that. Yeah.
It's just I don't like walking past a particular area to come here, to be honest, because I get a particular person who lives in Bridgewater passing in, and I'm not too keen on it.
Yeah, fair enough. Don't want to do it too often. Yeah. Okay, all right. Thank you, Justin, for coming.
Yeah.